Hi guys, welcome back to Rts Share Tea, where respiratory therapists live out loud. With me, your host, Linda Fry, the Asthma Lady. Yes, welcome everybody. Welcome to anyone new. And I just want to say thank you so much for the support. So today's topic is going to piggyback off last week's topic, which was the fourth quarter wins. Yes, so planting the seeds now, right, the fourth quarter, to set the momentum up for the upcoming year. So today we're going to talk about staying focused and achieving those goals, reaching the finish line and beyond. Yes. Okay, guys. So exciting to talk about these things because I'm always actively in that mode, like just staying focused on what the goals that I have. And so when I speak on these things, I'm speaking about them in real time. And so I have, for those that do know me, I do have a few wins that I've gotten underneath my belt. So what that is that just goals that I had put out for myself and that I've achieved and been able to collect based off the success from achieving those goals. So today we're talking about how to stay focused. So I wrote a few things to kind of just off the top of my head on strategies, just on strategies and insights that I have on being on this path. Okay. Yes. So once you have your goal, right, you can set sail. Okay, so know that when a ship or a cruise or whatever, when it's heading out, it has its coordinates, it has its orders, there is a direction for it to go. Now, that's why you have to know first what you want. What is it that you want and where you want to go? You have to do that baseline work, where you are now and where you want to go, and how long, the timeline that you give yourself to achieve it, right? So nothing has to be super rigid, but you want these things written somewhere where you can constantly remind yourself or revisit where it is that you're going. Sometimes we do get lost and you want to be able to just kind of hone back in, and that will help you. Okay, so once you have your coordinates, right, like where you want your cruise ship to go, you can start to say no to things that are not on the path of where your coordinates are sending you. Okay, so it makes it a little easier to stay focused on where you're going by saying no to things that do not align themselves with the goals that you are setting for yourself at that given time. Okay, so what you want to do, and I've said this before in other episodes, and it's one of my sayings, you want everything to be like a symphony for yourself. Okay, so you want each instrument to play at its given time, and that everything harmonizes, blends in very well together. Okay, so it's these things that work alongside one another, whatever it is you're trying to do, and they're not distracting you in any type of way, because it's along the path of where you're trying to go anyway. So that is a strategy, saying no to things that are not aligned with those goals. All right. So I know there are times we don't have options, like you have no choice but to say yes to, something that's a little offbeat, off track, but try to set those boundaries. And that's just another strategy. Set boundaries with people, with family members, friends, and let them know, okay, you're on a mission. you have goals, and you need to focus at this time on this specific mission. So it's not to be nasty, or you're not going to be present, or you don't want to do it in a way where you're alienating people, like, oh, I'm doing important stuff and I'm important and whatever. You just want people to know that, listen, as of right now, my time is, I don't have a lot of it to give. So let's set the boundaries, and I will let you know when it's a good time to reach me, or when it's a good time for us to link up, or where, and know that in the beginning it is hard, but it does help with staying focused. So that is another tip, just knowing when to set the boundaries. And this was very hard for me because I say this all the time. I live to serve. I am the oldest in my family, of the siblings. And so people often come to me for help, and I always say yes, because that's just who I am. But when we really need to achieve things, sometimes we have to know when to set the boundaries and let people figure some things out on their own for the meantime. So when it comes to, once again, we were talking about boundaries. You can set your phone on silent at this time and just let people know that, okay, I'm not available at this certain time. So yeah, they'll get used to it. Don't worry. Okay, so the next thing is time blocking. Okay, so we need to set aside time to achieve the actual goals. So we have to actually do the work of whatever it is that you want to achieve. So you have to dedicate time to that. And the way that I do it is, people, when we look at other people, it'll be like, oh my gosh, this person has time to do what they're doing. But in all honesty, we all have 24 hours. We all have the same amount of time. No one has more than the 24 hours. So you just have some people that manage their time to fit in all the things that they want to fit in. And so how I do it is I use time blocking. Okay, so time blocking it helps me to fit all the stuff in as a mom, as a respiratory therapist, as an entrepreneur, as a health educator. I wear a lot of hats, a wife, a sister, so much. So this helps me to just let me know, okay, this time at 12 p.m. every day, I'm going to dedicate to this specific goal, this project, or whatever. I also do this with social media. And so that is the next thing, is eliminating or limiting distractions. Okay, so I do consider social media as a distraction unless you are learning something specific for the goals that you have set out. Okay, and there's leisure time. Of course, you can have entertainment. That's not a problem, but we time block that too. You know what I'm saying? So for me, as someone that creates content, I also know the reciprocation in also contributing to other people's content. So, responding to people that have questions, or interacting with other people's content on social media, because, we want to always create that atmosphere where if people are pouring into you, you pour into them, vice versa. You appreciate that type of that stuff in that relationship. So, but I set a time aside for that, right? I'm not on social media all types of the day. I'm not random with it. I have specific times that I set out to do that stuff. So that is time blocking. So time blocking could be 30 minutes. It can be an hour. It could be 2 hours, whatever, just whatever works for you. But you have that set aside, that time set aside. You work within that time, and then you move on. Okay, so the next thing is create milestones for yourself. Create milestones and a reward system for yourself every time you reach the milestone. So for me, all right, the book, Asthma Control, Please, 9 Steps to Community Engagement, Asthma Awareness. This was, like I said in my other video, this was a 4th quarter win for me, right? I was, holding on to this for dear life, and because I kept procrastinating and kept feeling like it wasn't ready and whatnot, and I was just holding myself back too much in my head, and I finally executed a plan to release it, and I'm so much happier in this space knowing that it's out and useful to other people. So yes, so as I created in this book, as I created each chapter, that was a milestone. There's 9 chapters in this book. So I created milestones. Every time I created a chapter, I was like, yes, ice cream sandwich. Okay. It's a treat for me. And what it does is it helps keep you consistent. It helps make you feel like, okay, we're progressing, we're moving along, and it helps with creating a momentum, just keep you moving and motivated and whatnot. So that is the purpose behind that. Okay, so yes, creating your own milestones and it helping you with a routine, staying consistent, and having a momentum. Okay, and last but not least, having an accountability partner or a success partner. Yes, if you have a success partner or success partners, you are rich. Can I tell you that? Because those are things sometimes you can't buy. You know what I'm saying? And I want to do an episode. I probably next week will do an episode on specific types of success partners. And success partners, all that is just people that want to help you achieve your goals. All right. So you have ones that you pay for, and you have those that are just in your life. Okay, so that's what a success partner is. And I think that's going to be my next episode. So let me chime in. Let me know if you want to hear about that. So just the different types of success partners that are out there. And yeah, because, I've had a few in my life, and I'm very blessed to say that I have success partners in my family and, just around me. So it's a blessing. And if you don't have it, go look for it. Okay. Maybe that can be one of your goals. Look for success partners. Very important. Okay. So that's all I have for you this week. I hope you learned something here today. I'm always excited to speak about these type of things, about planning goals and accomplishing them. And like I said, I do this stuff in real time. So I'm not just, hearing things from different sources or reading from a book. I am doing it in real time and I'm seeing it like, oh, okay, this actually works. This is the formula. This is the blueprint and whatnot. So really, really excited to share these strategies and tips with you. And I hope I'm helping somebody out here today. Yes, guys. So yes, thank you so much for being here with me. Know that there's so much more to come. We are ending the 4th quarter, but I have more guest co-hosts lined up and just more content coming up, and know that we are growing together. Yes. All right, guys. So we are here on most podcast platforms on Wednesdays, and Rts Share Tea podcast episodes are also on YouTube on Thursdays. All right. So remember to invest in yourself and to only compete with yesterday's version of you. I'll see you next week. Bye.